Good morning to you. Today is July 10th. It is a Wednesday. It's about 6:30 in the morning. This is usually about an hour or two after I usually sit down on my desk and start doing some stuff before my house wakes up in the morning, but I had a I had a heavy night's sleep last night, so sometimes those things are required. Um, I was actually going to see my trainer this morning, but we have a scheduling mix up, so I'm not able to do that. Doesn't make me a happy person. And actually, when I learned that lesson last night about not being able to see him today, I was actually so upset. I wasn't hungry anymore. I just lost my appetite. And I even had a bowl of some stew in front of me as well, with a moderate amount, like I'm trying to do these days, and just didn't even have it. So, I'm not sure how much not having that meal might skew my results when I jumped on the scale this morning or not, but you know, I don't know if you want to call that full disclosure or what have you, but it is what it is. Maybe some of the workings of the semaglutides in my system allowed me to just not have hunger as well. It might not have only been situational. I think at the end of the day, all I ended up doing was, having a soda stream seltzer with some lime in it, and that's it. And this morning when I woke up, I wasn't overly hungry. I mean, I know I want something in my stomach now, but I'm not hungry. There's no sounds coming from my belly. There's no, roar as it grinds inside trying to eat something that's not there. I'm actually just fine. So maybe this is something that these things like Ozempic and semaglutides actually do for you. Is it might make you less hungry, which means you'll go into the fridge a little bit less. Who knows? In fact, one of the things that I do to try to visualize helping me not go to the fridge is I actually went out and I got this leather bangle bracelet bracer. I'm not sure what you'll call it exactly. Found it on Amazon. I wanted something that looked pretty good, so I actually got this thing. It's a Celtic compass or a Norse compass possibly, and it's one of those things that's supposed to be like if I reach for something, I'll be like, oh wait, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that right now. So it's just a visualization tool that I utilize. Years and years ago, when I tried doing the same thing, I actually found my high school class ring, and I would put that on this finger, or actually it was on this finger because it was smaller than I am now. And same thing, I would reach for something, notice the ring on my finger, try to tell myself, yeah, maybe you shouldn't reach for anything, and that was done. Unfortunately, I lost that ring when my house got robbed and they took the cigar box of the few pieces of jewelry I actually owned. So I don't have that anymore. I have this. It does work at times and other times it doesn't work, but that's just a matter of personal willpower. Okay, so now getting onto this series, I have been on Ozempic now for 5 full weeks. Okay, and today I'm going to take my sixth shot. The shot will still be the new dosage of zero point 0.5 milligrams. And actually, with this shot, I will use up my 2 milligram pen. Because I did the 4 shots at 0.25. This will be the second shot at 0.5. This will all be said and done. I should probably keep this as a keepsake or something like that. Put it in a scrapbook or somewhere else as a memory. But that's just for me. So, what am I noticing is, well, I still have a little semblance of a bruise on my injection site. Um, Not sure. I mean, it doesn't seem to be anything I should be concerned about. So I'm not gonna change the site or do anything differently. I mean, I try to wash it. I try to do whatever I can. Not to mention when I'm with my trainer, we do some core exercising, so that should get blood flow into the area. That should help any bruising that occurs. Pardon me while I click this. It's 0.25. 0.5. I was just talking to someone recently. Actually, we had my son just turned 4 uh, Monday, so we had a small little family gathering on Saturday. And one of the guys that was there actually is a diabetic, and he had to go on one of these for a while because of his diabetes. But he had, maybe he said he had Manjaro. Okay, and one of the things with that clicking I was doing, because on this pen there's a little window here which shows you when you get to the certain, numbers. There's a 0.25 and there's a point 0.5, and you can see right here the 0.5. His had no numbers. He literally had to listen to every click and count like 32. And seeing as how much I just clicked right now, I think that would be really annoying. So, alright, I've uncapped it, like I said, or uncapped the original. Now I uncap this one. Got that little teeny tiny little needle there. You can't even see it. I'm like washing it away. That little bitty needle. Thumb in the injector. Pardon me. And I'm all done. I'm like an old hand at this right now because I've done it enough. So, what does this all mean when you break it down? Well, I am losing weight. And in fact, this last week I thought I was going to go up because there was a little, popping off the wagon a little bit, indulging myself from time to time. But I still am in a better place. So, again, here's the magic number for this week, 276.9. That's almost a pound less than last week. So right now, I'm at 9.1, I think, has been lost since I started this 5 weeks ago today. So I'm happy to do that. Got no problem losing weight as far as like my happiness is concerned. But for the most part, I haven't really seen anything just yet. That doesn't mean like my clothes are looser. The only thing I'm wondering if I'm seeing is if the skin is getting looser around the belly. But again, I told my trainer when I saw him last on, which I think was Sunday, I was like, that's what I want to hit. That's what I want to hit. Now, unfortunately, due to scheduling conflicts, I might not see him again until this Sunday. But when we were working that out, he actually told me, he's like, listen, I need you to do core work. So you have homework to do. You can't just exercise when you come see me. Which is something that I knew, but I just hadn't started yet. So I'll probably have to find some time, like during a lunch break or even after work or whatever else, to even do my own efforts to not just use the trainer when I'm at the trainer, but have him train me and my mindset and just do even some of the stuff that we do together. It literally should not take much effort to do that, except for saying, oh, I'm going to do it now, and getting up off my seat and going somewhere and start working out. And we're not talking about do a full-blown hour with a 7 complex routine simultaneously thing, barely having time to drink water between reps or sets. We're just talking about some basic stuff. He likes doing these like V crunches or lay on my back and try to toe touch crunches. Just do something that activates the middle core part of it. He was even reinforcing me when I saw him last. That core is called core due to the fact that everything else connects. I actually gave plasma last night, and I was waiting in line for a while, and I noticed, after just standing for a bit, my lower back was kind of like aching a little bit. Well, it doesn't help that my lower back is also supporting the counterbalance of my belly coming forward, and even if I'm kind of like slumping or hunching, it's putting a lot of pressure down there. So my lower back has been getting a workout on its own, just nothing that's been trying to reinforce it and strengthen it. So by doing core exercises, it counterbalances everything. So, yes, I want to get my gut tighter as the skin gets looser as weight decreases. But at the same time, by strengthening the core, you help your back out as well. Okay? Um, so, other than that, as I've said before, this is the end of my pen. I have one more pen in the fridge now. I'll take it out on Tuesday, so it has plenty of time to get to room temperature. They say they last at like 56 days, I think the number is. So it's good enough for the 4 weeks it will take. Now, that's 4 weeks of 0.5 each because it's a 2 milligram pen. But if things go like they did for month one, because I'm not having any side effects and I'm doing pretty well, it's possible when I meet with my doctor, I'll do a telehealth appointment sitting right here. I'll do 2 weeks, which will be 4 weeks at the 0.5 dosage. He might bump me up. So then that pen won't last 4 weeks. It'll only last 3 weeks. 2.5s and a 1. And then I'll get the new pen. And the new pen should be a little bit different than this one. This is a 2 milligram pen, usually made for the 0.25 doses over the course of 2 months. That, I think, is a 4 milligram pen, which will be for 1.0 doses over the course of 1 month. So that's what I hope, is to get on this regimen fully. You know, as it is right now, with what I've been doing as far as controlling it with that act as if, I'm down 9 pounds in 5 weeks. Okay. My doctor said that the original 6 or 7 might not have been the drug at all due to the fact it was only 0.25. It wasn't enough. Now it's 0.5. It might be helping a little bit, but it's the 1 milligram full dose that's supposed to go full bore and make things actually like working a lot. So I'm looking forward to that day. I have to be patient though. Gotta wait 2 weeks. I gotta do my work. And then when everything is working together, we'll see what happens with all this, and with all down here. Okay? This will be a short one today. It's all I really have. I'm not going to ramble on. So, any questions? Let me know about it. Tell your friends, you know. Give a little support on this side if you have a possibility to. Otherwise, you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in 1 week. Bye-bye.